Did you know that what you eat today can shape the way your mind works tomorrow? As we age, especially once we cross that important threshold of 60, our bodies and brains become more sensitive to daily choices. Tiny decisions like which oil you drizzle on your vegetables or what kind of bread you use for toast start to matter more. These choices can make the difference between feeling mentally sharp and vibrant or struggling with brain fog and forgetfulness.
Most of us grow up believing that certain foods are safe, even healthy, simply because they are part of our kitchens. But many of these everyday foods are quietly sabotaging the clarity, focus, and memory we hope to keep for decades to come. The real danger is not always obvious. These foods can slip under the radar thanks to clever marketing or deep-seated habits. But what if recognizing and gently replacing these foods could grant us a brighter mind and a better quality of life?
Let's take a closer look at 5 foods that may be slowly harming our brains, and then explore what to eat instead for a sharper, more resilient mind. First, let's reflect on how cognitive decline takes root. It often starts with those subtle moments, walking into a room and forgetting why, searching for a familiar word that's just out of reach, or feeling your energy drain midway through the day. These aren't just signs of age, they are messages from your brain, reminders that what you eat truly matters. Many seniors consume foods that increase inflammation and disrupt delicate neural pathways. Over weeks and months, these foods may place you at greater risk for problems ranging from mild brain fog to serious memory disorders. But knowledge is the first step toward change. So, what foods are the most surprising offenders? Let's begin with the first and perhaps most misunderstood culprit: margarine and hydrogenated oils. At first glance, these spreadable products seem practical and even healthy. But they are loaded with trans fats, unnatural fats created through industrial processing. Trans fats clog tiny blood vessels, including those that feed your brain. When blood and oxygen struggle to reach sensitive regions, information processing slows, memory falters. Scientific research reveals a worrying link between trans fat consumption and increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. The wiser choice for a healthy mind is extra virgin olive oil or creamy avocado oil. Both are rich in brain-loving monounsaturated fats that nurture brain cell membranes and help communication between neurons remain swift and efficient. The act of choosing a drizzle of olive oil over margarine is like gifting your brain a little extra spark each day. The second hidden danger comes from sugar-free foods marketed for weight loss or those managing diabetes. It seems counterintuitive. Aren't sugar-free snacks the healthier option? Unfortunately, the story isn't so simple. Many diet sodas, desserts, and candies contain artificial sweeteners such as aspartame. Scientific studies now point to an unsettling fact. Certain artificial sweeteners may interfere with how our brains process neurotransmitters, the very messengers that control mood, memory, and mental focus. Side effects may include anxiety, mood swings, persistent headaches, and yes, even lapses in memory. A more mindful approach is to use gentle, natural sweeteners like stevia or monk fruit, and to gradually retrain your palate to savor foods with less sweetness. You'd be surprised how satisfying an herbal tea brewed with fragrant cinnamon or warming ginger can be. No added sugar required. Over time, many people find their cravings for sugary or artificially sweetened foods fade away, replaced by an appreciation for the rich, subtle flavors nature provides. Next, consider the bread and pasta you eat. White bread and refined grains form yet another link in the chain of cognitive decline. Made from processed white flour, these foods digest quickly, causing blood sugar and insulin levels to rise and fall sharply. The body copes with these swings by producing inflammatory chemicals that can damage delicate neurons and interfere with memory formation. Over months and years, regular consumption of white bread and refined carbohydrates can profoundly impact mental energy. Whole grains, on the other hand, digest more slowly, providing a steady supply of glucose, the brain's favorite fuel. Choosing sprouted grain breads, whole grain oats, or fluffy quinoa allows your body and brain to operate on a smoother, more sustainable rhythm. Try swapping your morning white toast for hearty whole grain topped with almond butter, and feel the difference in sustained attention and energy. Now let's talk about processed meats: cold cuts, deli meats, bacon, and sausages. These items might seem like an easy source of protein, perfect for sandwiches or a quick breakfast. However, most processed meats contain nitrates, added salt, and other preservatives. These substances are now recognized for their role in triggering chronic inflammation within the body and the brain. Recent studies suggest that even moderate intake of processed meats can accelerate brain aging and contribute to neuroinflammation, a critical factor underlying diseases like dementia. Instead, focus on pure, simple proteins. Wild-caught salmon offers omega-3 fatty acids that are essential for brain health. Organic chicken, lentils, and tofu are also excellent options. If you enjoy fish, consider grilling salmon and seasoning with turmeric and black pepper, two additional ingredients richly tied to reduced brain inflammation. The final category may surprise you: vegetable oils commonly used in home cooking and restaurants. Soybean oil, corn oil, and canola oil are all rich in omega-6 fatty acids, a nutrient we need, but only in small amounts. Consuming these oils regularly throws off the natural balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids, creating a pro-inflammatory environment throughout the body and especially in the brain. Chronic inflammation, driven by an overload of omega-6s, is now considered a root cause of brain degeneration and cognitive decline. Swap out these processed oils for those higher in omega-3 fatty acids. Flaxseed oil, walnut oil, and cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil offer anti-inflammatory properties and nourish the brain. Try tossing steamed or roasted vegetables in walnut oil, or sprinkle a tablespoon of ground flaxseed on your morning oatmeal for an effortless cognitive boost. Once you clear these 5 harmful foods from your daily routine, what should you eat instead? Let's focus on 5 superstars: brain-boosting foods proven to enhance memory, promote focus, and even guard against age-related cognitive decline. Blueberries come first. These vibrant berries contain unique antioxidants called anthocyanins, which travel directly to the brain, shielding cells from oxidative stress. In scientific studies, regular blueberry consumption is linked with better memory and slower age-related brain decline. Walnuts are the next food to remember. They even look like miniature brains. Rich in plant-based omega-3s and powerful polyphenols, walnuts reduce inflammation and support new neural connections, helping you retain and recall information more easily. Avocados grace the list as well. Sometimes mistakenly feared for their fat content, avocados actually offer exactly the kind of healthy monounsaturated fat your brain craves. They provide vitamin E and potassium as well, nutrients that support nerve communication and keep brain blood vessels clear and healthy. Turmeric earns a place for its golden yellow compound, curcumin. In Asian cultures, turmeric has long been regarded as a spice for both body and mind. Now, Western science confirms that curcumin powerfully combats inflammation in brain tissue, helping protect memory and cognitive performance as you age. Lastly, don't underestimate the humble power of leafy greens: spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard. These vegetables are packed with folate, vitamin K, and lutein. Recent medical studies suggest that seniors who eat leafy greens daily may perform as if they are years younger on memory tests. Shi Heng Yi, famed Shaolin monk and teacher, shares a vital lesson. Your body and mind are one. To nourish the mind, we must nourish the body with care. This wisdom is more relevant than ever as we navigate choices in the modern food landscape. Mindful eating means tuning in to your body's signals, savoring each bite, and choosing foods that energize rather than drain your spirit. Consider the experience of Jane, now 72, who struggled with days filled with brain fog and gaps in recall. She made a gradual change, replacing processed foods with colorful vegetables, omega-3 rich salmon, and plenty of leafy greens. Within weeks, she reported clearer thoughts, easier conversations, and even an improved sense of well-being. Or hear from Peter at 68, who used to reach for sugar-free sodas throughout the day. Intrigued by the idea that these drinks could affect his mind, he swapped them for lemon-infused water. Not only did his daily headaches vanish, but he felt sharper and more focused as the days went by. The bigger message is both hopeful and empowering. Cognitive decline is not an inevitable fate. Brain fog and memory slips can often be traced to what you eat each day. By removing just a handful of sneaky food offenders and replacing them with nourishing anti-inflammatory options, you can regain clarity and reclaim the years ahead as some of your sharpest, most meaningful. Here's your simple summary. What to avoid. 1. Margarine and processed trans fats. 2. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame. 3. White bread and refined carbohydrates. 4. Processed, nitrate-rich meats. 5. Cheap omega-6 heavy vegetable oils. What to enjoy instead? 1. Blueberries. 2. Walnuts. 3. Avocados. 4. Turmeric. 5. Leafy greens. Imagine starting your day with a handful of walnuts and blueberries sprinkled over warm oatmeal with flaxseed. For lunch, perhaps a crisp salad of fresh spinach, avocado, and grilled salmon, drizzled with olive oil and a pinch of turmeric. Dinner could be a hearty vegetable soup, flavored with herbs and accompanied by slices of sprouted grain bread. These foods not only nourish your body, they help keep your mind agile and alive. Of course, true brain health goes beyond the kitchen. As Shi Heng Yi teaches, a mindful life balances regular movement, restful sleep, deep breathing, and the daily practice of gratitude. But let your next meal be a message to your brain that you are ready and willing to protect, honor, and nurture its potential. You may wonder, is it too late for me to make a change? The answer, supported by new research and the experience of countless individuals, is no. The brain remains remarkably adaptable, no matter your age. Even small adjustments made consistently can lead to clearer thoughts, steadier moods, and a renewed spark for learning and creativity. Which food surprised you the most? Has removing or adding certain items changed your sense of mental clarity or focus? You are not alone on this journey. Share your experiences, what worked, what didn't, and the new possibilities you discover as you bring more wisdom to your plate. Remember, the journey toward a sharper mind doesn't demand perfection, but intention. Each meal is a new chance to feed your brain well, to choose the foods that offer protection, energy, and vibrance for years to come. You hold the power, one decision at a time. To lifelong health, mental clarity, and the courage to change, your brain will thank you every single day.